It is a pleasure to be here with you, virtually with you, but hopefully again someday in person as well too. And I'm very excited to be able to talk to you today about the evolution of marketing technology over the past year. I've basically spent the past 15 years of my life really focused on this intersection of the evolution of marketing and the evolution of technology and how they have been supporting each other, whether it's through my work on the chiefmartech.com blog, the work I do helping HubSpot with their platform ecosystem, and then also the book I wrote, Borrowing Ideas from the World of Software for Marketing Management, Hacking Marketing. One of the things that I've worked on over the past decade has been an attempt to map out the different marketing technologies available on the global stage. Every year I've done this, it has steadily grown. The past year, 2020, we did this map that had 8,000 different marketing technologies represented on it. And by no means is that all of the marketing technologies out there. These were simply the ones that even we were able to discover, through our own research. But every time we publish this, we hear from so many other companies that we hadn't connected with. So there's a lot of MarTech in the world today. And I know the map is a little bit hard to read. Here you see a marketer attempting to use the proper device to decode it. I mean, it's really been incredible, this progression of marketing technology over the past decade. When I started mapping it out 10 years ago, there were around 150 different global marketing technology solutions, which at the time seemed like a tremendous number, right? 150 different marketing technology tools out there. But then steadily, year over year, we saw this really exponential growth that happened. Just over a 10-year time period, we're talking about 5,233% growth. I mean, this is just an amazing amount of marketing technology out there. And the thing is, it isn't just marketing technology. That this landscape of marketing technology, as stunning as it is in its scope, is actually just a small piece of a much larger universe of all the different software applications that are appearing in the cloud. The research firm IDC has estimated that over 500 million digital apps and services will be deployed in the cloud by 2023. Now, not all of those are going to be commercially packaged software solutions like the ones on the MarTech landscape. In fact, actually, the vast majority of them are going to be custom apps that companies build for their own individual purposes. But still, we're talking about a tremendous amount of software. And so that really leads us in to where I want to talk about today, which is a big shift that is happening in technology and then ultimately the business functions relying on this technology. So for 10, 15 years, we've been talking about big data. How do we deal with the scale and complexity of all this enormous data? Even just collecting it and storing it and analyzing it has been a challenge. But we're starting to get our arms around that. The cloud has really given us the capabilities to be able to manage big data at scale. Now we find the evolution is shifting, where it isn't just about all this big data, but it's about all the things we do with this big data in real time inside our organizations. It's no longer just the scale and the complexity about the data. It's the scale and complexity of all the different apps and algorithms and agents and automations that are all interacting with this data at the same time. In fact, it's not just like a reading of data, but they each contribute data. They might change data or modify it, and this creates a really interesting new set of dynamics. And this is what I call big ops. Now, to give you a little bit of a visual metaphor for this, if we thought of big data as like this far away data lake that you needed a professional guide to hike up to and peer into its depths for wisdom, well, big ops is still this enormous body of water, but it's more like an interactive water park. I mean, everyone can come into the pool. Everyone is splashing and making waves. And while it's incredible to have all of this accessibility of how people can take advantage of this, it also creates new challenges for companies of how do we coordinate this? How do we manage this? The amount of data in the world is certainly continuing to grow at an exponential rate. The firm IDC estimates that, just over the next few years, we'll see 202% growth in the total amount of data out there. What's fascinating is the interactions with data are growing even faster. All the ways in which we either contribute to data or we're reading from data or we're somehow using it in our lives, in our business operations. And this is really what big ops is all about.